Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Hail day.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares. Shattered A to B.
Shattered Uncut. Is that you? Shattered Cast.
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shatteredcastonline.
Like complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
What's going on, everybody? I am your still sick, but I'm going to choose to host this week because why the hell not? Suck it up, Buttercup. And with me today, we have the one, the only, my sick flu brother, Greg for Mercy.
How's it going, everybody?
Not well for us, apparently.
Yeah, I got the flu too. I've been alternating between oh my god, it burns, and oh my god, I need a blanket all day, and it sucks.
Yeah,
it's my penance for not going in and working a day over the holiday weekend. I ended up getting the flu.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's how what happens. Like, and for me, I think it's because I work from home, so it's like anytime I am now exposed to people, it's like instantly I'm sick. So I don't know. No antibodies.
It was double bad because I was going to work from home today, obviously, because I was sick. So I stayed home, and I went to go log on, and my computer, I guess, like the power flickered out or something, but my computer's offline, so I can't connect remotely. So I just have double the work tomorrow when I get there.
Very nice.
So, yeah.
Anyway, part of my very interesting social experiment, as I pass along his toys to other people to review and ultimately back to him, is the soon-to-be sick Robert D.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to see how it spreads. Hello, everybody. you know, I think KO collectors are Trumpists. I think without fail. Just wanted to get that out there.
Very nice. And finally, well, not finally, I mean, we will have Matt on later, but we also have the one and only Bobby Skullface.
What's up, fuckers? It's Friday.
Last but not least.
Not true. It's actually Tuesday right now.
I'm speaking to you from the past.
Were you sipping coffee or cab?
Coffee.
Oh, I'm sipping a nice boxed Pinot Noir.
I got to work tomorrow.
I'm sipping a nice Alka-Seltzer cold and flu and vodka.
Those things are so terrible.
It's a fruity flavor, so I think it counts as a mixed drink. I'll let you guys know in a minute. Once it's done, pop, pop, fizz, fizz.
That's fair.
Hey, you forgot to announce that the Time called us, and we were going to be podcast of the year, probably. But we had to decline because we couldn't decide whose picture was going to be on the cover. So,
right.
Oh,
right.
You know whose would be.
We all wanted it to be Robert's.
Matt was insisting on getting one of his toilet selfies on the front page, though, and we just didn't think it was appropriate to represent our podcast.
It was going to be Justin's, and the headline was going to be "Silence is Golden." It was going to say, on some shows, silence is golden.
The worst part is being sick. Like, I can't laugh because that triggers the cough. Like, it's terrible.
Whatever, snowflake.
Yeah, it's a trigger-esque show here recently. Dude, real quick, speaking of triggers, do you mind if I jet into something? I did see in the comments, for some reason, YouTube is not sending me all my emails for comments, because I should get notified for every Shattered Cast comment and every Skullface comment, but I'm like getting, it's like they pick and choose. So I could get 28 comments on the video, I might get 3 emails with the comments. I might get 20 comments on the Shattered Cast, I'll get 1 Shattered Cast comment. It's the weirdest thing. But somebody was like, and shout out to them, no disrespect. Like, but somebody was like, you know, I'm getting real tired of the Beast Wars hate, dude. Real tired. And like, here's the thing. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Hey, don't steal my stick.
You know, I that's true. But like, here's the thing. Like, we're not trying to make you happy. We're just friends having a discussion. We're letting those in on the discussion. We would be happy to have that discussion with you in person, share a drink, and then hopefully laugh about it.
Bring that energy.
Bring that same energy. But the thing is that, like, you know, we all on Shattercast do have a mutual respect for one another, so we can have those conversations. And even though Robert and Matt are huge Beast Wars fans, and Greg, I think Greg is as well.
He's a fair fan, right?
Yeah, I have a deep respect for it and its position in the pantheon.
Mm-hmm. And Justin and I are not, because we all have that mutual respect for one another. We can have the conversation where we disagree, and like nobody PMs anyone else after it. Like, hey man, I'm sorry about the Beast Wars stuff, dude. I'm really sorry. Like, because it's all good.
Hey,
like, Arya said, Dinobot looks stupid.
Yeah,
I'm
always going to think it looks ridiculous. Justin's always not going to get the show. Like, he's not going to be a fan of it. And we're always going to have these conversations for, hopefully, God willing, hundreds and hundreds of more episodes. So either hit that 15-second skip button or, you know, relax. It's not personal. It's not aimed at you. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'd be happy to have the conversation with you over a drink.
It's kind of personal.
Not personal.
Hey, Robert. Did you know 2 out of 5 people are assholes?
Yes.
Have you ever heard that statistic?
No.
So weird, right?
It's true as hell. You know, my wife and I, we've been getting a ton of those like Christmas magazines, and like, you know, I'm an engineer. No lies. I mean, it's what I do. And I'm like, you know, I kind of like this shirt, but I feel like if I wore it, I'd be arrogant. She's like, you are kind of arrogant. I'm like, that's kind of true. You know?
I don't think you're arrogant.
Oh, you don't know me very well, Robert.
I don't think you're arrogant.
I would. To be fair, Justin, I wouldn't put you in the arrogant category either. I try to put my buddy Adam in the arrogant category, but then we just argue about what arrogance means for another 35 minutes.
Yes, Bobby is right. Adam and Bobby are arrogant.
I think we need to. I think we need to hang out more often. Then you'd know.
You and Adam.
Me and Adam would probably get along with our arrogance.
I mean, every time you guys have been together, you guys have gotten along.
Exactly.
No, I agree.
Well, you know what? So what would happen is you would have Adam talking, and then Justin would be like, "Look at your phone." You just start fucking texting him.
That'd be pretty awesome. Anyway, let's move along. What'd you get this week? We'll start in the same order that we went. Greg, go for it.
Oh man, I don't remember. It's been so long. Fuck. I don't remember what I got last week. I got something. Did I say I got Praetorian Guards? Did I say that?
I don't know, but there's.
Do you remember, Bobby? Okay, so
there's so many of them. Go for it.
If I didn't mention, I got 2 Praetorian Guards. I got the Amazon exclusive, and I got the retail release, and I got a Podamer. And I feel like I mentioned that on the last show I was on.
I remember the Poe. I do remember the Poe.
Okay, so I already mentioned that. I didn't plan on getting any transforming robots, but I got my Cybertron Secret Santa gift. It was MMC Omni.
Nice.
And I didn't think I would be, but I'm kind of a fan of that toy. Like, I think it's a good. I like it.
If you transform it properly, and it's a little annoying. Like, did you have trouble pulling the head out?
Yes, and that's what I was like. My buddy Ken was like, "What do you think of it? What do you think of it?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know about this thing. Like, I don't know about the chest." And then I messaged our mutual MMC friend, and he's like, "Yeah, pull the head up really hard." So like, I got my finger up under there and I yanked it as hard as I could, and it went pop, and it was fine. And he's super articulate, like
ab grunge.
I would like to compare him to Mike's Transbots, but I seem to have somehow misplaced him. I have no idea where he is. I can't find him anywhere. Corner. I can't find him anywhere. I thought I put him on my shelf. Maybe the dog ran off with him over there. Or yeah, maybe he's buried in the litter box. My cat's like, no, we're getting rid of this thing. But yeah, I was extremely happy with that figure. Like, it was fun. I played with him for a few days straight, and it was fun. I feel like I got something else. I'm sorry. I'm a little under the weather. as we already said, I did get a package today from Ami Ami. Supposed to be delivered yesterday, but DHL are idiots. I got the Figuarts Last Jedi Kylo Ren. I haven't opened them yet. And I got the Takara Lambor cartoon colors, which I'm holding both of them in my hand, and I can't say that the cartoon colors are worth swapping out. Like, really? Like, I don't know if it's that much different. I got them really cheap, and like shipping was negligible because I bundled them with other stuff. But the quality, like the tightness of the joints and things like that, is 100 times better. So if you've got a floppy Lambor and you care, then pick this one up. I can definitely recommend it because it's super tight. Like, it was so tight, I forgot how to transform him because like some joints were a lot tighter than I remembered. I thought I was going to break it, but I was like, oh, that's how it goes. And I feel
like that, and the Datsuns are like that too. If you don't transform for a while, then you're like, how do I do the legs?
Yeah, I mean, I think he looks great. Like, I don't regret buying this one. I mean, I think I paid $58 or something like that. Plus the shipping was like an extra $3 with my Kylo Ren. So I don't regret getting him. I'll happily swap him out and put this one in car mode in my office or something because I like the car mode. But
that was the sale price.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have them, I definitely recommend getting this one. And if you do have it and you aren't happy with the quality of the one you have, and you display duplicates, then I recommend this one. Actually, I think he has the. I haven't compared it yet because my Red Alert actually is in another room. But I think he might have the Red Alert face.
Dude, what's that Red Alert face?
I can't tell. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's the face is the same or it's the coloration. Like, I can't remember because I haven't handled my Red Alert in forever.
You mean face and head, or just the face?
Like, I think the face is different. I think it's the Red Alert face, which is really weird. But I'm not 100% sure. But it looks better. It looks better. And I think that's all I got toy-wise. So yeah,
it's pretty significant.
I'm high on flu medicine right now, so you have to excuse me. I know I did get an Amazon Alexa Dot today because Kid ordered it on my account, and it's supposed to be a Christmas present, but it's pretty exciting because it's technology. But other than that, yeah.
For the same reasons, we have 3 Amazon accounts. So we have the joint one, and then we have our secret one.
Oh yeah, we're all linked on mine. I got Star Wars Battlefront 2, if that counts. I've only played 6 missions of it because I've just been busy, but it's pretty badass. Pretty badass.
Badass, dude, bring that back.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Very nice.
I'm sure I'll remember something later and blurt it out like a mentally handicapped person. But I did this.
That's the only way to do it. Robert, what'd you get this week?
I didn't get anything. Sorry. I didn't get anything. But I have to say this just to let people get the word out. I have my Apache Fans Toys Apache is shipped from Robo Toy Base. I just think that guy is so good. The only catch is, you want to hear something weird? And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Tony, he used to Beach Among Mung, but he's got a new site. He always gives you the option for cheaper shipping if you if he ships it without the original packaging. And I'm down with that because it's just clutter that I need to throw out and break down anyway. But this one, only without original packaging. Like, that's the only way you can buy it right now. So, and I know his place is just a couple of miles away from Fans Toys' base. So did he just get a bunch of Lucy's?
Yeah, it seems questionable. Tony getting that 5-finger discount.
I don't know. What is that?
I have a concern about that toy, and I'll wait until I get mine. But you see the in-package pictures, and it's got the little orange or the yellow pieces on the shoulder flipped up like the open and play one is like inbox, and I thought I thought one of the complaints was the way the shoulders look from up top with open and play. But now I'm wondering, isn't the fans toys going to look the same? Like, I can't tell where the hinge is. So I'll have to see when I get it. But I'm still getting it.
Packaged that way, hopefully.
Well, it's packaged that way, yeah. But, like, the joint, the hinge is going to have to flip down. And I can't tell where the hinge is. So I don't know if there's a piece to cover the top or if those are going to be, like, just floating pieces as well. I know, that's why I was like, Oh, well, I should have mine next week, so.
Very cool.
Sorry, Robert. I didn't mean to hijack your comment.
Bobby, what did you get?
I got the Marvel Legends Black Widow from the Classic Series.
Nice.
I got the opportunity to look at the Make Toys Thunder Erebus Nemesis Power Master Prime. I got the Star Wars Black Series regular release Praetorian Guard. So that's fucking 5 out of 6 down. I had the opportunity to look at TFC's Thunderstorm, which is their Thunderwing. I had the opportunity to look at the Mythic Legion's Fathron's Guard. It's like these bird creature things, courtesy of Brian Brink. And
for a second there, I thought that was a Star Wars thing. It was like, how many of them are they making? But yeah,
I got the Star Wars 3 3/4 TIE silencer with Kylo Ren, and
what is that? Something you stick on the TIE fighter so it goes quiet?
So it shoots like. No, it's
So when it flies, it's just like.
It's Kylo Ren's TIE fighter. And it's fucking it's fine, but the thing that's cool about it is I got it on Black Friday for fucking $22, and it's a $50 ship, so that was pretty fucking awesome.
$50.
Yeah, and it's definitely not worth the $50. I got some drywall and some mud and some tape put in the basement.
My boy got mud. I got mud.
Dude, I think it's in the top 10 toys of all time, isn't it?
Mud is a good toy.
Yeah, mud, sand, ball,
stick.
I know what else you got.
I got to organize some shelves in my workroom.
Jesus Christ, I got the bacon turkey. What the fuck?
And more importantly this week, I got rid of probably 90% of my boxes.
Nice.
Wasn't that cathartic?
It was. Robert, you were right.
Thank you. Shink. My nipples just ripped out of my shirt.
Bobby got rid of his side chicks.
Dude, it feels great having them out of the house. So I legitimately feel lighter.
I got rid of a bunch of mine like a couple months ago too. I'd say like probably like half of them. But I think it's gonna have to get pared down even more.
Dude, it feels great. I couldn't let go. So like the only shit I didn't let go of was like my Seeker boxes because I'm probably gonna get rid of them, and like a few other things that I plan on selling at some point. And then actually, shout out to Dust. So sometimes I give Dust, like, and Dust and I are cool. Like we talk throughout the week, but sometimes I give Dust a hard time on the show. But I was listening to him on ETR this week, and he was like, he needs 2 blasters, one for season 2 and one for season 3. And I might co-sign that. So I kept my KFC transistor box until I see what this Takara one is going to look like. But I might keep one for season 2 and one for season 3. I might be on that because I kind of have it all laid out now. How I want everything in its kind of final Super Saiyan form. And,
oh my god!
Yeah, just so you know, there's pretty much never a final Super Saiyan form, so it's a pretty lost reference.
Well, whatever that.
Joe KW would be disappointed in you.
Joe KW is constantly disappointed in my anime knowledge.
I am too.
Yeah, like, come on, he dropped.
I am too.
We have pretty much been trash talking you behind the scenes.
Him.
Dude, Joe was listening to last week's episode. He came over and helped me with this storage room, and he was like, dude, some of the shit you were saying about Matt's Detox were a little on the rude side. I mean, but he was saying it and laughing at the same time. He was like, "You said it looks crowded and empty at the same time." And he was like laughing as he said it.
That's not very nice.
No, but it's true.
Well, it's legitimately true.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like his Starscream shelf, he has one Starscream facing forward, like the MP. Then
I
he's
know.
got, like,
I saw it.
He's all crunched up sideways against it.
And like the thing is, like,
it.
you know, like I've seen people like kind of rising to his Matt's defense, and that's natural, and I'm glad because you know it means that people are like, you know, Matt's awesome, and people are like, you know, like no, like not, you know, Matt, your shelves look fine. Look, you know they don't. I know they don't. We're all trying to ultimately help Matt at the end of the day. You're trying to help his psyche. I'm trying to help his display. Okay, so we're all doing a service for Matt.
Well, we all know most people rise for Matt at the end of the day.
Right. But at any rate, the
in a sexual manner.
I forget where I was headed with that, but
you were talking about how you go Super Saiyan and your eyebrows turn yellow.
Oh yeah. So like you know, I kind of know
hair back.
I kind of know how everything is going to be laid out now, and I know how I know where my shelf space needs to be in order to permit all the characters I want, et cetera, et cetera. Like I got it all sorted, and I should have room for 2 blasters. So I'm going to hold on to this one. I think dust may have affected my display. And also, I wanted to say that the Detox shit, like I'm critical of people that put Transformers in their Detox. It's not a judgment on the act. It's just that I think that the shit is extremely challenging to pull off. I'm sympathetic. It doesn't come across as sympathetic, but in my heart of hearts, I'm sympathetic. I talked to Jisk about it. Jisk has nothing but Detox and fucking Transformers in it. And he was like, it's hard. And I was like, I know it's hard. Look at yours. You know, like it's just not, the shelves are too tall for the scale of Masterpiece. Like something like the Wei Zhang shit would probably look great in it. You know, it's just a nature of the beast. So, you know, don't get emotional. I'm just trying to help. Honestly, it's just my own way.
Well, to be honest, fair, true, all that stuff, I still haven't bought any Detox, even though IKEA has been open for like a million months now. Just because, like, I still don't know how I would do it. I don't know if I want to do it.
Right. I mean, Detox can look fantastic, you know, and you can have Transformers in them. It's just like when Matt put that Skyfire, the Fans Toy Skyfire, in the Detox, it looks great. But that you can't put too much else in there. Like, it just looks great by itself. Like, you just need a statement piece. In terms of other things, I'm sorry, Robert, go ahead. And then I need to talk about something I learned about myself this week. But go ahead, Robert.
Well, I was just going to say that Detox seem to be like Pringles. Like, for some reason, like, when someone gets a couple, they just transform their entire collection into Detox. And it's like, why can't you just get a couple for your show pieces and leave it at that?
Yeah.
Like, tailor your display. It doesn't have to be all fucking Detox. You need to feel like you're hanging out in a fucking glass room.
You know? I
mean, like,
I'll let you know, I talked to Jisk this week, the same conversation, and he was like, dude, when Robert said for those out there that put their Fans Toys Omega Supreme in a Detox, you're a special kind of idiot. He was a big fan of that line. I learned a little bit about myself today, so I put out this Praetorian Guard review just because I didn't have time to put out anything else, and it was new. It just came in for me, et cetera, et cetera. That bitch did 347 views in his first day, like, which is like trash. But here's the thing. It doesn't even have any thumbs down. Like, the people that normally, like the handful of people that normally thumbs down every video, like, couldn't even be bothered to click on it to give it a thumbs down, which is funny as shit to me.
They're just like,
Well, can I tell you something honestly there, Bobby? I haven't watched any of your Praetorian Guard reviews, and today I felt bad and I actually watched this one because I had like 2 seconds when I wasn't diarrheaing all over the place. And so for you to say that and downplay that video's performance kind of makes me feel bad.
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't about you, to be fair. But
and true.
But what about all those boxes?
Work.
I looked out like I've worked out like 2/3 of those boxes so far.
You really need to review all those Praetorian cards.
I got one. Well, no, look, seriously, I wouldn't have reviewed this. I really wouldn't have if I had something else ready to go for today. But I didn't. I didn't have anything. Or yesterday, whatever day. Yes, today.
Also, to be fair, I only watched it because I'm trying to figure out how those elbows work. Because, like, I mean, it's Praetorian Guard. Like, I mean, come on. We talked about them. I know your opinion. Right. So it's not like I need to watch your video for that. But I was trying to see if you could figure the elbow out more than I have, and I guess you haven't either. So.
Nope. Bend it until it feels like a break.
What little social experiment? What if you just put up a review where you like review your sneakers, or like review your robe, and see how many views you get for that?
Pretty sure that's a Realm of Collectors thing with sneakers.
Oh, it is true. I don't want to step on any toes. Maybe the robe.
So to speak.
What if Shattercast did a robe thing?
I have a robe.
Yeah. What if we all just did like a robe life?
We could call it Robe 1.
What if we? I love it. I'm signed on.
I missed that shit. We'll call it what?
Robe 1.
Robe 1.
Robe 1. Bobby's Praetorian Guard reviews.
I got one more.
No,
coming.
No.
I'm sorry.
Don't.
I got one more, and then I think it's over.
I didn't get the 4-pack, but I think I'm gonna get the I'm gonna get one of the figure arts ones.
I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with myself once your Praetorian Guard reviews are over. I feel like I won't know what your channel is anymore.
Man, I hope fucking Hot Toys does the Praetorian Guards. That's what I hope.
They do. They've released 2 of them. Well, they released pre-orders 2 of them. I'm not in on the guard shit though.
Yet.
Wait.
So far.
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get Kit to make a poster with a bunch of Praetorian Guards on Bobby's face, and it's gonna say the end of an era. It's gonna be like some of our football coach shit. I'm gonna get Bobby to sign a bunch, and we're gonna break into a whole new memorabilia market on the internet.
I'm gonna take a picture of 5 Praetorian Guards and have Robert put our faces on it for the backdrop this week.
Oh, I get to be the dickhead one. The last one. I'm surprised you didn't comment that it looked like a dickhead.
Because that's more your style, Robert. Like that's not the first thing that pops in my head. Like that just looks like a helmet to me. You're the one that says like, oh, obviously a penis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, Bobby said thumb head.
Yeah, thumbnail head.
And then you're like, oh, it's a dick.
No. The last one that he reviewed was a penis head. He was like, this one's a little differently shaped. It's you know, it's got a tip at the top, a little helmet. You know, it looks like something. I was like, just say penis.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it looks like something.
I love the fact that the short range fighting guy with the shortest weapon has this giant plate on the top of his head, preventing him from seeing anything around him.
It's armor.
Head. Armor. He's like a short range fighter to prevent people from like, I don't know, stabbing him with a steak knife over the head.
No, it's a short range fighter.
Robert, the short range fighter in Star Wars is a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh,
you
snap.
Fucking noob.
With the new stealth technology.
Pew 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 pew.
The silencer. So, Bobby, if I assume Hot Toys is doing a Snoke.
I don't know. I hope they do.
So if they do, you'd get him, but not the Plate-Outie guards.
Praetorian Guards. Yeah, no. So like the way that my space allots for the Hot Toys stuff, no. I would have I have room in one Detox shelf for a Snoke, a Kylo, and maybe a Hux or a Phasma, but I have to choose probably between the 2.
Bobby would buy 7 more Praetorian 6-inch scale, put them on risers, and pretend that Snoke was a hologram like the Wizard of Oz.
All I have to say is I pray to God NECA releases the Praetorian Guards.
The only No, NECA won't.
NECA's not getting that license.
Yeah, not at all. Mafex might. But like, I'm at this point, I need to wait and see how many designs there are in the movie because there's only 8 guards. That's a fact. So I want to know: is there 2 of each, or are there the 6 I have and then 2 more duplicates? You know, like I need more information before I buy any more. So I'm hoping that Mafex does one, then maybe a Bondi kit, and then I can call it a day.
Yeah, I might do a Bondi kit myself.
But that's my current state. Now the only troopers that I might but look, I'm no longer am I saying I'm not in terms of Hot Toys, but the only troopers right now that I can conceive or perceive me buying are 2 Death Troopers, and the only way that I would do that is if they announce a Krennic. If they announce a Krennic, I'm in for 2 Death Troopers.
With like wife shooting action?
With wife shooting action.
Did you see, apparently, according to, I think, Action Figure Junkies, maybe, the group on Facebook, Mafex shit's been popping up at Ross?
No shit!
The Batman versus Superman Batman, they posted a thread about a Ross find, and they want people to sign up so they can like kind of like, I can't think of a way to put it, like group buy like people. If they find them, they buy them all and send them around.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, so I don't understand the distribution on that, because I know Toys R Us is carrying some Bluefin like Hot Toys, or not Hot Toys, but Fig Arts stuff. But I didn't realize Mafex was available at domestic retail.
I didn't either.
So that's really weird.
I agree.
That's going to be a weird thing for high end collectors. Like, you already got the retail collectors scoping out all the discount stores, and now you're going to have the higher end guys with their canes, like poking people out of the way and like hitting people over the head.
Yeah.
How'd you like I didn't get a chance to finish it because I was at work and I couldn't listen to it with the volume on. How'd you like the Kylo?
I like him. I like him more than people seem to. People are very critical of that face, but like, I think the sculpt is dead on. I think it's a hard, like, I think it's a hard face to get 100% right. Like, I think he's a weird looking dude. You add that long hair, and I don't think it looks spectacular, like it walked off the screen, but I feel like for what that face looks like, I feel like they did what they could, personally.
Looks like a fucking upside down candy corn.
Yeah, I haven't opened them yet, but
like...
I might not. I might just keep them and see if there's a better option comes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like them. That's all I can say.
Nice.
Yeah.
I already have one, so I just wanted one with no head. Like, with no mask, I should say.
Right, exactly. Well, I like the fact that he has, like, the hands that can hold the helmet. So it's like best of both worlds. Like, that was what sold me on it. Well, that and the droid.
Well, I have the Hasbro one, too. Like, I got it for free. Like, this guy was like, yeah, buy Han Solo. And I'll throw it in Kylo Ren. I was like, how about you keep him? He was like, it's not going to reduce the price. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, but awesome. He sent him anyway. So it's like, if he's like iffy, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
All I gotta say is this Christmas season, when I go to Toys R Us, Bobby, you better pray that they don't have those Praetorian, like 3 foot tall Praetorian guards.
Oh my God!
You better pray they don't have those super unarticulated ones that are just like cheap blocks that you can use as traffic cones. You better pray.
I am gonna pray. I'm gonna pray that all you do is bump into Hot Toys versions of them.
Fucking like.
You're gonna be like, dude, ultimate prank. I got you a 12-inch Praetorian guard, loser. And I'm gonna be like, oh, Robert, oh no.
Who needs 12-inch when you can get 36-inch? I'll try Hot Toys on the side.
Then I'm gonna put my Detox.
I know we're doing a Transformers podcast, but just one more thing real quick that made me think of it. So, like, there's a giant, like, every town has, like, the giant auto dealership. Like, there's, like, Ryan, Super, Toyota, Pontiac, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, 15 locations in the county. You know, like, and they're all over the radio, and they're sponsors for shit. And there's one of those that's like a heavy sponsor of OSU, and like these dudes are super into OSU. And so we do stuff with like the general manager, like we do framing and blah 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 blah. And he came in and looked at my office. He's like, oh, well, he looked at my boss's office and saw his sideshows and his helmets and stuff. And he's like, oh, you like Star Wars? He came in my office, saw my Star Wars stuff. Dude, this motherfucker, like this dude's like all over the radio promoting football and blah 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 blah. Like you wouldn't expect it. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I do life size. And
what?
Like, he has all the life-size Star Wars shit.
Wow.
He's like, I'm into Star Wars too. And this shit was so fucking weird. Because, like, we see this dude on TV, like, every 5 minutes. And he's like, yeah, dude, I love Star Wars. And,
that's just a showstopper, man. Like, if you're like, I do 1/6, 1/12, and 1/18. It's like, oh, yeah, that's cool, man. I do 1/1.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, you have some black... Oh, these are black series. And I was like, well, there's Japanese, and most of them are Japanese imports. He's like, I didn't even know they had those. He's like, I do life size. And I'm like, sick. Way to show me up, you asshole.
Yeah, but like, dude, can we just forget you ever saw these?
I collect the actors.
That guy, like, as soon as a family member dies, they take him to a taxidermist. Like, what the fuck? What is it, a wax figure? Or it's like a dead body?
Yeah, so he has that, like, super, that expensive R2-D2 and all that shit, the Darth Vader and
right.
That's got to be cool. Like, okay, we talked about this on a show a while ago, and I can't remember what the resolution was to the discussion, but Big Bad Toy Store had some like giant. It was still scale. It was like 1/12 scale. AT-AT Walker. And that shit was like $5,000, like non-refundable deposit, and then they just took it down. Like, I guess it didn't come to fruition. Do you remember? Like,
those
they showed pictures
still
of
non-refundable?
and it was like, well, I'm sure it would be at that point. But like, they showed pictures of it, and it was like this dude's like, it was like a house. It was like as big as a house, or as big as like I'd say like a 1-story house, but like it was a giant thing, and it was for very affluent people. Like it was as tall as a house, I will say. It's not as long as a house, but like I wonder if that would be something that he would buy. That was crazy though, because I always wonder what our rich customers do with their money, and then to find out that's what they spent on Star Wars. That was actually pretty cool.
Like I would love to have like a 1/1 R2 or a 1/1 like a 1/1 R2 and 3PO would be awesome, but like, you know, like I just don't, you know, like that shit eats up a lot of space. But the one thing that like I would definitely find space for, like I would resort my shit to find space is a 1/1 Han and Carbonite.
Like, hang that shit on the door. I think they make those, don't they?
They do, but I can't afford the shit. It's just like redonkulous.
Get the knockoff.
I'm waiting for the Wei Zhang.
Give you full body cancer.
Yeah.
With emphasis on the dick.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. We got Transformers to talk about, I guess.
Oh, well, thanks for asking me what I got this week.
Oh,
Justin, what did you get this week?
God damn dicks. I got a case of death. You know, last week I forgot to mention that I got a new bed, which is great because I can't enjoy it because I'm sick and I feel bad keeping my wife up so I don't sleep in it.
Nice job on the bed, Mac.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a sleep number, so it transforms my sleep nicely. You know, so I think it's appropriate. That's pretty awesome.
Asshole.
Yeah, and it like flexes up. I feel like I'm in a hospital bed when I watch movies in bed at night. Like it's awesome.
Must got that financing. Got that financing money.
Yeah, you know it. I got 2 of the Figure Arts Ninja Turtles. I got Donatello and Leonardo for a pretty darn good price, like $20 a piece. What else did I get? I got TFC Red Knight. I believe that's Braver. The Road Caesar guys. I got another Meteor. And what else did I get? Oh, the only other thing I got was Uruguay Eradication, sent to me by Bobby to review, courtesy of Robert, and that's it. It's Peru Kill. Is anybody still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, got really silent. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no,
we lost the connection.
We didn't understand your third-party name for a third-party name. I was like, you murdered Uruguay?
Yeah,
Like,
see, this is why it should have been like Stasis Ascension or something like that. No, Descending. Yeah, it's Lockdown, the Peru Kill by DX9 Unique Toys, whoever it is. So I got that to check out. All right, let's move on to some news. So first news is Who Needs a Little Head, and this is the Unique Toys Headbusters. They're in Legend scale, so it looks like we've got Cerebros, which I'm pretty sure we've seen before. Ape Face, Snapdragon, and Highbrow.
Looks good. I wish Robert were here because he's the one that actually gives a fuck.
Yeah,
but...
I actually don't necessarily think that Ape Face and Snapdragon look all that great, but I mean the robot modes look great. The alt modes look kind of questionable to me at best.
Yeah, I mean,
where did Robert go?
Who the fuck knows?
Maybe that's why I thought you all disconnected, because I got to talk for a minute before getting interrupted. Like, oh crap, they must have got logged out. So, Robert.
Who are the other ones here?
Like
I'm here.
No. I mean, like, there's like 5 of them.
So
like 5 bots.
You've got, by the left one looks like it's Highbrow, I'm guessing.
Okay.
And then the one next to him looks like it's the head for Fortress Maximus. And then I don't know who's next to him. That one I'm not sure of. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, like, honestly, like, they've been my favorite. The Unique Toys, DX9 Legends, they've been my favorite of the Legends that I've looked at, so I'm sure they'll be just fine. Fine. Too bad Robert misses opportunity to have his fucking moment.
God damn, you still want the bet?
Yeah.
They just cooked them up like little crack rocks and threw them on a sheet to fucking drain and dry.
Yeah.
Well, that's a short chapter because Robert and Matt are both not here. So let's move on to... This is another Robert story. Check out that backpack, Mac. And this is the Hot Soldier... Hot Soldier G1 style Big Yellow Bee. And he's certainly big and he's yellow.
It looks fucking stupid.
Hot Soldier! Hot Soldier!
I wish Robert was here because I still wonder if he's in on this. Like, it looks awful. Nothing about it looks good.
Shout out to Dalton. He said, looks like some of that belly could have been used on the back.
I agree. And it looks like, you know what? So they have a picture of it standing next to MPB. And he only stands like a head shorter than the actual MPB. So this is way too big for a Legends collection, first of all. Second, I think it's got the same size head as MPB. Like, you see that picture? Like, it looks the same size.
What the is this their prime? What prime is this?
That I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
The prime looks great.
You know, it'd be really cool if Robert was here to answer, because he probably would know what prime this is.
Yeah. Yeah, the prime looks fantastic. The B looks like dog shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he looks bad from like the neck down and the back, but other than that, he looks pretty good.
He's got a good head sculpt.
Yeah.
His feet look like Bumblebee. All right, is that enough with this one? Is Robert going to come back and actually chime in on some of these topics that are catered to him?
Probably.
This is like running through Hasbro without Matt, I'm noticing.
It's true.
It's pretty sad.
True. Going through Legends news without Robert is much like running through Hasbro news without Matt.
Yeah, it's like, why bother? Let's just skip to the questions. We'll come back when everyone's here. All right. So I can't clear my throat because it's called the title that I think Matt made these notes says "Clears Throat."
Fan's Toys.
Well.
Oh wait. Hey Jaina, come here.
Oh God. We're gonna have to pay. We're gonna have to pay her when she turns 18. Just saying.
What did you just say out there?
That's right.
All right.
So it's.
I know you did.
But see, I didn't know which way that this was supposed to be. Was it supposed to be that way, or was it supposed to be Robert's way? Because it's typed out like it's Fans Toy Springer box picks and stuff.
That's true.
So I don't know. I don't know which way it's supposed to be, but apparently there's Fans Toy Springer box picks.
Can't wait for this shit.
I'm gonna be honest with everyone who's listening. It's a really light news week.
So I can probably finally put that Toy World Springer into fucking rest.
Yep. So it's a box. On the back you can see pictures of the toy, and on the front you can see not Bobby's art.
Not Bobby's art.
Not Bobby's art.
Yeah, so... I'm looking forward to it. And I like. Have there been any reviews of this yet?
I haven't seen any. If there have been,
I like how
there's close attention, but you know.
I like how they've been holding shit back. Like, it's been a little bit more excitement, I feel like, for people getting their shit, like, you know, without it all. Like, it's like the no spoiler version of a toy release.
I kind of do that myself, though, because, like, I don't really pay too close attention to things that I know I'm getting. I think Robert's back. I hear myself echoing.
Yeah, I'm back. The baby got into the toothpaste. She covered herself in toothpaste.
And real quick, neither do I. Like I'm with you, Justin, but I feel like I'll still hear like the general reaction.
You'll stumble upon it somehow.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Robert,
real quick before we get into this Fans Toy Springer, which we don't really have a whole lot to talk about regarding it, but what do you think of these Legends figures?
God damn it! Which Legends figures?
Well, all the ones we've already talked about and moved on.
Yeah.
Check out that backpack, Mac.
Dude, what prime is that? We were asking that.
Hold on, let's see. I'm looking in order. So the little one with the fucking the headmasters. What's after that? That is the Generation Toy opaque painted prime. The clear version. The clear version came with the
Menasor.
The Menasor. Thank you. And he's in a 2-pack with their ugly fucking fugly Megatron, but that Megatron's also painted up silver. So they gave these guys a nice paint job. I have him standing with my Omega Supreme, and it looks
that
shit pretty good.
Pretty good. That shit looks amazing.
It's a pretty nice looking prime.
I feel like I should be busting out my my clear one and putting it together at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent a picture to the chat with him standing in front of Omega.
How does that Bumblebee strike you?
Oh, come on, that's horrible. I don't think I haven't paid for it, and if I don't, I'm not getting them. If it's just like a pre-order I can drop or transfer the deposit, I will do that. Because I don't want this. I know I don't these pictures from the back. But this takes that shit to another level, because then it becomes, look, yeah, you don't display them from the back, even though you do turn them around and look at them and you hold them. You know, there's a point where the back becomes the front, you know, and like that's the problem I have with Mitron, with the X9 Mitron, was it was so bullshit. You know, and it was just this good-looking front. Like I said, it looked like a cardboard cutout pasted over a transforming robot. So it's like, he's bad enough from the front. You know, you turn him around and see that. It's like, no, fucking hard pass. It's really just a shell. You know, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not. I'd rather not. And look, he's almost as big as MPB. So that's stupid.
Yep, pointed all that out.
Yep.
Fucking scale is that? Hey, I wanted to ask you guys a question before we moved along from Star Wars. I just today saw the preview, the trailer, with the what does he say? What does Luke say to resist? To
Rey? That's my favorite trailer to date.
Now, I didn't read any of the chatter. What do you think he means when he's telling her to resist?
The liberal. No, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm obviously like my I think what the trailer is trying to make you think is the dark side of the Force.
Right.
But you know, I think that there's going to be a heavy emphasis on, you know, this new, like, you know, the light, the dark, but there's so much more. Like, I think there's going to be a heavy emphasis on the quote unquote so much more.
I think it means resist spoilers.
I was thinking that she's training with Luke, right? This is movie 2. She is now training with Luke. I even think there's a scene where he has a backpack on her shoulders and she's jumping around on a hairy vine. But she's training with Luke and she suddenly feels that her friends need her. But her training's not complete. But the pull is very strong. And he's telling her to resist it. Because he didn't, and it was the biggest mistake he ever made.
Maybe.
I actually could see that.
Called it!
Well.
Even fucking the seagulls start poking him in the head.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if Robert was right, and like there would be no end to stupid memes for like 2 years until the next one came out.
Dude,
my god!
I love in that song when he goes, "If I had your giant feet
out there on the beach, might outrun those birds." Yeah.
I like that.
I'm only invested in porgs. That's all I care about anymore.
Dude,
I don't care what happens to the light, the dark, anything else.
Have you seen the trailer where Chewbacca smacks the porg?
Yes, and I already called Peter.
So good.
He smacks a porg?
And he's all like, "Oh!" and he's just like, smack.
What if they're just Chewbacca snacks? He just bites their heads off.
I already called Peter. It's already taken care of. Don't worry.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
So thank you for including me in the Legends discussion while I was wiping the toothpaste off my baby.
No worries.
All right.
Toothpaste off my baby.
All right, so we're gonna go and move on from toothpaste off the baby, and we still got this guy coming out, which I believe by that descriptive title is the Alien Attack Mirage. He looks fine.
This is who's making this?
Alien Attack.
Oh, that's the name of it. Shit.
Yep.
It's KFC.
Is it?
Yes. It's Keith. And his fantasy
Alien
club.
a whack.
And his fantasy club together? Wow.
It's actual deluxe size. So it's a little smaller than it's smaller than NPM cars. And people are freaking the fuck out. It's closer to like what the Revenge of the Fallen deluxe size was. So everybody was praising it, all of a sudden is fucking decrying this company and everything they stand for.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, is it really though? Because it's kind of the way of the fandom.
That's true.
You know, hey.
So we talked about Springer.
Yep.
God damn it.
Been there, done that.
There wasn't a whole lot. I mean, it was just a box.
Yeah.
Relax.
I'm never seeing this box in hand.
Hey, can I ask you guys for something I don't usually ask for?
Mm-hmm.
Can we get some thoughts and prayers for the Columbus Blue Jackets?
What is that?
It's the local hockey team. Here, Bobby.
Sure.
Smugface.
No. I don't go handing out license shares and thoughts and prayers willy nilly.
I'm conflicted because they're playing the Columbus, or excuse me, they're playing the Carolina Hurricanes, which was my first favorite ever hockey team. So I'm conflicted. I feel a pull between the light and the dark. Will you help me? Will you help me?
Resist it, Greg.
Show me,
Greg. Dude, it's awesome, because everybody's super pumped around here for Last Jedi, in my house, and at dinner recently, Laura said something she brought up something I said, and she was like, "Oh, you're irritated by it. That happened a week ago," and I was like, "Laura, kill the past, if you have to."
I do that.
And Jaina said, "It's the only way you can be what you were meant to be."
I like to do the little cup over my mouth. So I'm like, kill the past. and I get that little effect. I do that shit to get all of it.
You put like a magnifying glass in front of your head to make it like 3 times the size.
Dude, it was it Thanksgiving morning or the morning after? And I sat up and I watched The Force Awakens and I watched Rogue One, and then I started another one, came downstairs and was like, "Why are you still awake?" And I just looked at her. I was like, "I love these movies." She's like, "Me too." And she just walked away. But she was like, "Why are you still awake?" Because we were gonna do something that day.
I just want to point this shit out. Like, I've been saying it on any platform that would fucking allow me to say it, but like, look, they hired Josh Trank, or they were in talks to hire Josh Trank to do a Boba Fett movie, and Josh Trank went crazy in New Orleans and they let him go. And then they had Gareth Edwards do Rogue One. They weren't 100% happy with that, so they hired somebody else to come in and fix that to their liking. And then they had Colin Trevor hired to do Episode 9. They let him go and hired JJ back to do Episode 9. They hired Chris Miller and somebody else, the Lego Movie people, to do the Han Solo movie. They weren't happy with that. They fired those motherfuckers and got Ron Howard to come in and fix that shit. But Rian Johnson did one movie, and they were like, you know what? You're going to get 3 more.
Yeah, dude, I am so fucking... I don't even know, man.
I am beside myself.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I can't wait for the 15th, and then I can't wait for, like, then I'll know, and then I'll be super hype.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think I can keep going. Can we just call this one? I think I might need to go, like, spend some time alone.
I hear you, man.
I need to meditate.
I really do.
I need to meditate with the Force.
I get
Little
it.
pebbles
I'm
rising
with the Force.
around
The
you.
Force is with me. I'm one with the Force.
What's his name? Josh Krang?
Yes. It's Krang. It's
Krang?
Krang, yeah.
Okay.
Of the Ultron Empire. Ultron? I don't remember. Fuck it.
All right. Well, should we... I've been trying to stall this thing as much as we can so we can get Matt here. Because like I said, Hasbro news.
Moving
without
on
Matt.
to Star Wars news.
Do you want to? It's fine with me.
No, what's
Do
next?
we have any Star Wars news?
I don't think so. I mean, I can look.
I like how Bobby said it. He's like, I don't think so.
I hope so.
But I
No,
can
I was really bummed. Yeah, I think it was on Nerd Rage where I heard you mention that, in the whatever you call it, the bullshit universe now, whatever you call it,
Legends.
Whatever it is, the non-existent fiction that's been destroyed that wasn't supposed to be.
Universe.
Hasn't been destroyed. But go ahead.
But I like the idea that they were creating the Death Star to fend off an incoming, invasion. That was cool.
Oh, the Views and Bong or whatever they were called.
Use a bong. Yeah.
Use the bong. What was that? What book was that in? Because I don't even remember that.
I don't know.
What's in the Thrawn trilogy?
I don't know. I mean, the Yuuzhan Vong were fucking... It was like Cobra La in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like...
Use a bong in the Thong trilogy.
Dude, the Thrawn trilogy was fucking fantastic.
But that's a cool concept, and they didn't need to get away from that. Because at least it's such a more, just a plausible explanation than we're creating this to just make everyone scared.
I think they're going to give... I think Rian Johnson's going to get a Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah,
because why would they push him so hard?
I mean, that would be cool. I mean, Thrawn in Rebels is fucking awesome. Like, he's spot on.
Do you think that they're called the First Order because it's the first order Emperor Palpatine issued?
I don't know.
To have them created out in the fuck nuts of space to find what's his face, Snoke?
You haven't.
Snoke, isn't he in Jersey Shore?
Yeah. The whole story behind that is in the Battlefront 2 video game and a book that just came out. There's a reason behind it. Like it was an Emperor order to destroy the current and found a new empire. But I haven't finished the story nor read the book, so I don't know all the details. But yeah, there was a dark side presence in the Outer Rim that Emperor Palpatine was feared, but also wanted to search out. So it very well
Yes.
could have been Snoke.
That's in the Aftermath books.
Okay, so I haven't read that. Yeah, and then the game ties into it a little closer.
Can I
Started the game.
can I interject here?
No.
I just
Is
want
it
to
about Star Wars?
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of. I just wanted to say, I feel like this is Hasbro News appropriate discussion because Hasbro makes the Star Wars toys. Please carry on.
I just want to say that I have a dark side.
man.
I have a dark side on my outer rim that has a notorious aftermath.
Dude, Greg, when I was watching Punisher and he was playing football outside with that kid, and every time he kept saying, "My man," I was thinking. I thought about you and Matt. Like, I imagine you and Matt throwing the football around outside.
Oh, I miss those days.
My man.
My man. Where's Matt? How far out's he? What's his ETA?
Probably another half hour.
He's a Golden Corral eating dinner.
Where's what's Matt's call sign, you think?
Sagittarius.
No, not as what's his call sign? What color would he be? What would he be?
Bebop.
He'd be
Burgundy.
Burgundy 2. Where's Burgundy 2 at?
He's a Redskin fan.
Duckface.
Yeah, that's true. He's a Redskins.
Coming close on Burgundy 2. Close on Burgundy 2. Where's Burgundy Leader? Yeah, that game's pretty fun though, man. Like
I like it. My only disappointment, not that it's not fun. I'm enjoying it still, but like I really wanted to play as like an Imperial and what that meant after the war. But then like you get like 4 levels in and you're a rebel. It's like, okay, back to basics, I guess.
Spoilers.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I saw that on a thing, and they're like 1 minute later, like, oh, that's all it takes to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the level with Luke, kinda like it was kind of cool, and I thought it was gonna go for.
Yeah, that was fun.
He's like, all right, peace out.
Yeah, and I like
be your best self you can be.
Yeah, he was a little like Yogi-ish for fucking, like just kind of becoming a Jedi. But whatever, I'm up for it.
Well, I haven't finished it yet, but how far are you?
I'm trying to remember what level. I'm playing Leia.
Yeah, so am I. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, you are.
I like her right charge.
Spoilers. I know what happens to her at the end.
I like her right charge weapon. I think that's pretty cool. But I find myself getting overzealous with it and end up dying. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good game so far. I don't regret spending $1 gazillion on it.
Right. All right.
So.
All right, fine. I guess we have to do Transformers news.
I feel like we stretched it enough. So there was a Power of the Primes. Well, let's see. Let's go back to Matt's thing. I don't want to do him injustice. And let me point out that these are Matt's titles. Man, right. I wish I could go to this thing. Said no one.
Wow.
Actually, I wish I could go to this thing. Said Noone. Anyway, there's a Transformers Power of the Primes event in Hong Kong, and I guess they'll let the factory workers out for the day to mess with the toys they've been creating.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to get the kids' opinion on the kids' line. So,
Okay, well here, go ahead, Azalea. Give your commentary. That's about it.
Oh God, he's here. Hold on, let's add him.
Yeah, I got him already.
Oh, you got him?
Okay.
Yep.
Matthew.
Yeah, I'm here.
We stalled the shit out of this show for you. Let's
Were we stalling for his sake or our sakes, though?
I think for his sake.
It's for his sake because he's the only one who really has any input to offer on Hasbro news for the most part. Like, let's be fair. But before we do that, Matt, what'd you get this week?
I went Black Friday shopping. I got Stranger Things on DVD or Blu-ray. I got The Last Night, Spider-Man Homecoming, and what else did I get? I think that's it. I didn't get very much. There was. Oh, I got Call of Duty, but it's a video game. But anyways, but I didn't get any Transformers.
What is Call of Duty? I've never heard of it.
It's a video game.
I listened to this. I listen to this podcast, and like one of the guys on it plays this character every so often of like the guy who's never heard of Star Wars. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Could be me. Anyways, yeah, sorry about and the notes. I'm sorry. I tried the best I could. I hope y'all got a little something out of them.
Yeah, it's fine.
We learned a little bit about you, actually, Matt.
Really?
We did.
I just want to know how y'all guys are. How y'all are doing?
We're doing well. We're doing well.
Okay, good. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Matthew. I'm sorry, I have it on mute because Azalea's in my office playing with some toys.
The toys, Eddie. We had to wear my father brought home from work. We wore the toys, Eddie.
That's funny because, like, the whole show's Robert's been like, whenever Matt comes on, I'm muting because I don't want to hear him.
I know.
I don't want him to hear me saying what a.
I don't want to interrupt him and be rude.
I don't want to offend Matt. At the same time, I'm offending Robert, so I don't know what to say. Did she just go?
Where we at?
She did. She smashed Blur, DX9 Blur, against the jet, and went.
We actually got to Hasbro news. I'd say about 20 minutes ago, but it went into Star Wars news for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And,
okay.
So now we're at the Hong Kong Power of the Primes event, where it's a bunch of guys who look like they've never messed with a third-party transformer, as they're all excited, holding,
And we're kind of past it, to be honest.
Like,
did you like my headline?
Yes, we did. We thought it was very telling.
Matt,
Power
we basically
Primes?
read your head. We read your. Sorry, Justin. We basically read your headline. You got on, and then Bobby said we're past it.
No, I expect that.
Hey, Matt, who do you think will win the fight? This Hong Kong Power of the Primes event, or Captain Phasma?
Phasma, because Phasma's probably been out a little bit, but I don't think that these people have gotten out of their basements. Well, they did for the event, but that's about it. They probably went back to the basements after that.
Well, they did for the manufacturing of the toys.
It's true.
Well, I don't know. They might live at the factory, so that might be debatable.
that might be true too.
Okay, sorry.
The Prime doesn't look terrible. I mean, the Orion Pax combo.
I know.
It doesn't look too bad.
Robert, stop being a barricade from us moving forward. You know what I mean?
Picture 19 and picture 19 and 21, where we have Prancy Pants Prime. Like, I love that. Like,
I'm so pretty, so pretty.
You know though. Like, I look at it though, and like 19 and 21 show just how bad these toys are. Like, I thought that perhaps, like, I might be interested in looking at this Prime, and then you like see like it's like he doesn't even have waffles. Like, he has half his arm missing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't look at these. Oh my god, the next one?
Look at 20. Look at the head on the back of him. Like, I see you.
What about 24? Where Hot Rod's like ripping his chest open, and there's another Hot Rod head ripping out of his chest like fucking alien.
Look at 22. He's shitting his own head out.
He's shitting Rodimus Pride's head. It's pretty epic.
Hey, you know what? These are the same people that did the Fantasy Toy thing with Springerrrrr, probably.
Shitting his own head.
Oh my god.
He's got the flu. He's definitely shitting his head out.
Does my ass look fat in this? Does it look fat? Really?
So
No.
Oh my god. So I'm looking at the pictures. So apparently there's a matrix of leadership that I guess it's gonna have like a snap in it's gonna allow those Power of the Primes what are they? Yeah, so I guess it's those Power of the Primes whatever they are, the pretenders that have like the like weird like symbol thing that they're like, this is the power up, like here it is. So so it looks like your regular headmaster. So Matt, I've been watching your reviews on this Power of the Prime stuff, and people giving you crap about that Brawn head. I'm like, you think Matt doesn't realize that like there's something else that's supposed to go there. Like, that's ridiculous. You know, like
I told him. I mentioned it on the
we know
first
that.
thing. I mentioned it on the jazz, the first one I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, this does not go with this, but it's the only thing that's out right now, and it does fit with the head, with the little time.
And it shows just the shitty recycling of your gimmick. Like, you're like, we can't be bothered to make a new thing. We're just gonna remold a headmaster. Like, that's all it is, you know.
Yeah,
and
it's a prego attack or whatever.
Yeah, like, and then you look at these, the Rodimus holding his own head in a crappy Matrix. Not even holding his head. He is lying on the table, and that thing is lying in his hands. So same with that Optimus.
I like picture. I like 41.
The pictures I'm talking about are 23 and 24, Robert.
Oh, I jumped ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm at.
Shit, that is aliens right there. 41.
I'm at 31, and that's where Starscream's apparently unzipping his pants to reveal a little Megatron head.
Hello there. Nothing much going on in here. Shut the door. He's calling me a dickhead. All right.
Yeah, 41 is total aliens.
Oh yeah, that's total aliens.
But look at 43 and 44. That looks kind of good.
I don't think it does. I don't even know what pictures you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure
it looks pretty good. He's not having anything pop out of anything, but it looks. I mean, he's got the waffles and thighs bad. I mean,
but he can plan.
I mean, look, I've said it in every freaking Titan Return and everything. I'm used to it. There's nothing. They're not going to change it. You just have to.
I don't know.
Just have to go with the flow.
It sounds so defeated.
I know. I mean, because there's nothing I can do. I mean, I like buying. I like going into a store and buying Transformers.
What picture did you say, Robert? Is like, what's going on in here?
It's a Starscream one.
That
what
is,
you need?
20. What is it? I'm sorry, I just lost it now. 31. 31.
31?
I believe it's the one.
Oh, it's got Megatron in its crotch.
Hello,
Matt.
Oh my God! 55. Starscream can use his own head as the head. Oh my God!
Matt, what you need to do? Contact. Who's your insurance provider?
What the fuck is up with that Starscream? What a dickhead!
What a dickhead! I got a coordination for you right here.
Wait,
Matt.
Dude,
yes, sir.
Oh my God. 55 is wild as fuck. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah. He's ripped for her pleasure.
Matt, call your insurance provider, check your network, and just tell them you have Stockholm Syndrome.
You can do it.
And see who they can set you up with.
Yeah.
They'll help you. They'll help you get over this addiction.
I don't know. That Starscream with the Emperor Starscream dickhead.
Terrible.
That's really
God,
almost
they got
beautiful.
stickers. I don't like the stickers either on him. Damn it. They're going to be peeling and shit.
You can just shut your fucking mouth.
Dude, that fucking big Starscream head on his cock is wild as fuck.
He's like, what's up, big hands?
Dude, that's the thing, Matt, is like, if you love buying Transformers, I know
By third party?
No, not even that. Buy official, but let me finish.
Okay.
If you love buying Transformers, why not just set the money aside that you would spend on the regular waves and buy one of those statues, like that Starscream statue?
It'd take a long time to get one of those statues.
No, it wouldn't. Not with the kind of money you spend.
Not if you quit buying this bullshit. How much is a Titans Returns wave? Probably about $110-$130.
Yeah, about 20, almost 20 each.
12 waves, you got a statue.
So they had 4 waves. That's like damn near the purchase right there.
Did you hear Matt's voice? He said, "Yeah, about $120." He was super defeated. I felt bad for you right then.
Like if you gave that up, you'd be filling those Detox up in no time.
Pop, I don't have any Hasbro on my Detox except for a Masterpiece.
A G what?
I only got one. I took them down. I got new stuff in there.
I got to see the updated pics.
I'll send them to you.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, we still haven't fixed it.
I wanna point out that I went to Grimlock and was looking for anything there that was just like egregious. And I mean, outside of his horrible proportions, there's really nothing to stand out. But I was not disappointed by the final picture, 62. And I was reminded of the comment that friend of the show, or I had said to friend of the show, Hurricane BX on his Instagram. It just looks like Slag
Yeah, I
is humping
second
his
that.
leg.
Shout out to Hurricane BX.
He's an awesome guy. But he posted a picture of a combiner with Slag as the leg, and Slag makes a terrible leg. He just looks like he's humping a combiner. You know, like...
Yeah, agreed.
It's pretty bad.
But let me tell you, before we get to the combiner, which does look like trash, the 56... Look,
back.
I think this is the front of the combiner, but when I initially saw it, I thought, who turned his head around to the back?
Uh-huh. I agree.
Yeah. How's he gonna move his arms?
He's like the kid in Christmas.
I mean, like a roly-poly.
I can't put my arms down. like seriously, Matt. Like, think about if you didn't buy the Combiner Wars, and you didn't buy Titans Returns, if you don't buy Power of the Primes, you could have something really nice.
Well, the only reason why I buy the stuff is to get attention from you, Bobby. So that's what I do.
But is that the attention? Is that
the attention I want?
Is that the attention you want, Matt?
Maybe. I like a destructive, little relationship.
Destructive criticism.
In a relationship, and I it really makes me feel good.
Wouldn't you want, like, if you put that Starscream in there, like that one that we were looking at a couple weeks back, that Starscream statue, where like people are just drooling over it, like including yourself as a big Starscream fan.
Oh yeah, I would love it. Yes.
I found one.
I'm gonna start selling my stuff, I guess.
Which number is it, Grimlock?
28. 28. It looks like a little bobblehead Grimlock is ripping off Grimlock's head to reveal Grimlock's head. It's pretty epic.
He's got 3 heads. No, yeah, he's got 2 robot heads and 1 dinosaur.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Little Dino Rider there.
That's what happens when you play with Chinese plastic.
Just three-headed babies.
Jesus. My kid took a transformer out of the room and left me with a fucking kitten.
But all I'm saying, Matt, is you don't have to buy everything.
I know.
And simultaneously support the official brand.
Well, if MP would ever come out with some new shit, I would get that stuff.
But I'm saying,
I don't know if he can handle the weight though, like the build up. Like it would kill him.
Yeah, but imagine the payoff. Sometimes waiting is half the fun, you know?
Yeah. Maybe try a light version, get like a cheaper thing to save up for.
Is that Optimus Prime Hot Toys?
Yeah, that one Starscream, you mean?
If they had a Starscream, that would be.
No, they had a Hot Toys Optimus with Starscream wings and stuff.
Oh yeah. But you don't have to wear the wings if you don't want them.
Right.
Of course he does.
Do you though?
So I'm just going.
If Starscream had if there was a Hot Toy Starscream out, I would definitely get that.
I would wear those wings.
I'm just going through the pictures, looking at like the actual pictures of the people messing with the toys, and I feel like these people were given the same like instructions that kids playing with the toys for a magazine or a promo shot have, like just make like a super unbelievable smile and pretend you're enjoying this, like ridiculous. Are we done with this? Can we move on?
Yes.
All right, let's move
not.
on.
I enjoyed that.
Matt's title is, I know everyone was wanting to talk about this since last week was so fun. We have Masterpiece Barricades packaging images.
This looks so bad.
I can't wait to get it.
See, like this is
like
another
a box.
$100 towards that statue, man.
We'll see.
That does not look like a masterpiece.
Garbage.
Garbage, son.
I mean, that Ford logo, they might as well just fucking make like an SCU magnet size logo and slap it on the box. That shit's big. It's just, it looks like a fucking cigarette commercial. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It better come with all the like the writing from the online stamps over the center, so it can hide how bad that barricade really looks.
And like before anybody says like, oh, the movie hate. Look, I said the Prime and the Bead look good. I said the Lockdown and the Dino look good, but this looks bad.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get on like the movie hate wagon either. Like I think it's not up to par like the MP movie beat, you know? Like
Right,
that was
agreed.
a different caliber of character, and this like it looks like this to me looks like you had the 2007 release of Barricade as a deluxe toy, which was fine, and then you had the Dark of the Moon one, which was like this compromised like mess that didn't really look like the character properly. And like this is the same thing. It's like
This looks
MP
like a
Bumblebee
drag
is the 2007 Bumblebee, and this is like the Dark of the Moon deluxe Barricade. It's just
Why does that have lipstick on?
That's stupid.
Why does he have a white face? He's like a kabuki dancer.
It should be the original version from 2007 and have the dumbass who was it? Frenzy
Yes.
thing. It should just be that and just be done with it. Not have the stupid chainsaw hand and all that.
Yeah, the chainsaw hand is just an accessory, I think. Like it's
I don't.
just gonna
Yeah.
slap on there.
Yeah, it's eating up plastic that could have been something else. And I'm not going to say this looks bad or good because I think pretty much all the movie designs look bad.
Shards of metal.
But
The
like,
movie designs do look bad, I agree, but do you think this looks like a good representation of a bad movie design?
I honestly don't know. That's what I was going to say. Like, I don't know. I just was dramatic pause there with a moment. Bad.
I don't think this looks like the character.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only seen that movie like twice.
It doesn't look like it in my mind's eye. I'm gonna pull up.
This was sobering. This was like the what do they call it? Norcand? Is that the heroin reversal drug? This was like the Norcand of my my MP masterpiece collection. Like I bought the Bumblebee and I bought the Prime, and then like I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this and this and this and this, and then I started seeing these things coming out, and I was like, oh my god, I feel sick now.
Oh, like I'm looking at this. Like Prime 1 did a statue.
Oh, here goes Bobby with that statue life.
I know. But like I'm guessing that's a more faithful representation. It doesn't look anything like it.
So
Hot Toys is a gateway in the statue life, right?
I know. Trust me. Like I don't even want to talk about it. Like I'm sick with how much I'm gonna have to work to pay off some of this shit off.
This doesn't look like him.
I told Kid I was worried you were about to get a divorce.
Yeah, it's bad.
She's gonna talk to Bahora. Don't worry.
Good.
I wanna talk about the box here because like obviously, the back is showing like the rotor blade weapon, and then it says movable faceplate, but like I don't see what moved in the picture. It looks like you took his chin off. Like I don't see something that moved.
Yep.
Sure,
that's probably
that's
all you
what
do.
moved.
It's like yeah, it's movable. You can pull it off and put it anywhere you want on the table. Like it's fine.
This does not look anything like
it doesn't.
Actual Barricade. The proportions are just off, and it fucks it up. Not at all. I mean, I would have been in on it if it looked like. And I feel like the initial images they showed were different than this. It looked like this Prime 1 statue.
So of the movie designs, like like the movies are a clusterfuck, and it's a problem. But like Barricade's always been like one of those things. I feel like he's kind of transcended the movies. Like I wouldn't mind seeing, someone's representation of like a G1 version of Barricade. Like be creative with it. Like I liked Barricade in the movie.
That's interesting. What if they were to do a line of toys of popular characters that weren't G1? In a G1 way.
I think I'd be in on it.
Me too.
I was gonna say we already have a G1 Barricade.
But like imagine like a Tarn, like a G1 Tarn.
Yeah. I mean if the character's cool enough, like I think you could make that stick,
Me too.
But I mean like I'd love to see that. I'd love to see like, a MP styled car that turns into a legitimate robot that is a cop car, and it's Barricade, but in a reimagined version. I think that'd be awesome.
I'm looking at this picture of Barricade, And like from a character design perspective, I think it looks silly. But one thing that's convenient for him is that like if his shoes ever came untied, he could just tie them while he was standing up. It's just pretty awesome.
Well, and to go back to my original point when I said that, like Barricade transcending his media, like I was actually, I wasn't interested in Bumblebee very much, but like this was one as an MP that I was like, I might be in on this because I like the alt mode and, I kind of like the character, even though I don't really like his media. I could be in on this. And then, like, you see it, I'm like, oh, man, it's just so disappointing.
That link didn't work, sorry.
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, what was this, a joke?
Were you going to make fun of me now?
No, I was like, it's
fucking
great.
asshole.
I thought you did a search on Wikipedia for G1.
No, you're just you're just a dickhead.
Were we all both at the same convention or something last week?
So, what's interesting is, I remember, was it last week, Bobby, or the week before, Bobby was mentioning how, like, the Masterpiece Dinobot, this is a test for
that's every week.
Well, this is a test, Where is the line going to go, in terms of what they give you for what price and whatnot, and whether it performs beyond this or whatever.
Yeah, well, that wasn't my point with the Dinobot. Just as FYI, my point with the Dinobot was
that he looked stupid.
No, that too. But if the Beast Wars fans will support this product at a $250 price point, that's a sign to Takara that they can go balls to the wall if they want.
Okay, no, this in the same vein, I feel like the same thing is happening with this, because whatever his price point is, this is less than even MPB.
Well, see, I feel like this is a different test. This is like, look, if they
take less for the same money.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a different point. It's like, look, they don't even care. All you got to do is slap this shit on the box, and they'll buy it.
Well, I will say the Sideswipe has...
You know what the Fans Toys people do?
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Oh, Matt. Come on now.
Cream for that burn, Bobby.
Which one do you think?
They put anything out there. They put that Omega. I bought it, but he's got a lot of issues.
Right. But that's not.
And a lot of people could have gone the DX9 route.
So that's not the question to either one of the topics that I'm talking about. But if you want to answer on any other fucking random ass bullshit, we can bring that up too. I'm up for it. But
goddamn, Bobby's getting hostile.
Good.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck how that correlates.
So arrogant.
How that correlates.
Because you will buy anything Fans Toys. It doesn't matter what the fuck it was. They could actually put your turd in there, and you can
Dude, Fans Toys knocking on my door and asking me for my own turd.
Oh my God. They would. You would do the box art and you would buy it.
It would be very sobering. But like, I think that but guess what, Matt? Here's where you're wrong. Because if Fans Toys did a Barricade, guess who's not buying it? If Fans Toys did a Dinobot, guess who's not buying it?
Matt, because he hates Fans Toys.
Matt, does Bobby buy any Fans Toys products, honestly?
I'm not. I'm not going to get a Fans Toys...
You want to accept the shipment? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to get a Fans Toys. What's the
Wiki?
Any of these movie characters. I'm not getting a Fans Toys anything not G1. But like the point is that like this is a drastic decline in terms of accuracy to the character. So if people buy this, that tells the people that are making this that that the accuracy bit is not important.
I was just gonna say before y'all started making me think we were getting a divorce.
Never.
The Sideswipe Redeco, the Plus, has 6 major giant paint app differences that I can tell. Over a large scale, not just a little dot from the other one. And it was actually cheaper on the re-release.
Nice.
Not that it really matters, but just in talking about cost and what people will buy and so forth and such. And stuff.
And it's the same thing, Matt, with the Dinobot. Is that like the Dinobot like looks spot on in both modes. I except the Dino mode is a little off, but in terms of like how wide it is and shit. But for the most part, looks pretty damn close to both modes. But the price is steep. So if people go all in, it's saying to that company, price isn't an issue in terms of our collectibles.
It's worse than that almost, because it's like, okay, do you want an MP? Now you're paying $250, right?
I like how Robert went. He went.
No,
I heard
it's
that too.
almost worse. It's like with the Dinobot, you could say, well, they're like, you want these Beast Wars figures MP style, you're paying through the nose from them. And if you're gonna go ahead and pay them, we'll make them, and we're gonna make a lot of money off of you. But this is like, are you stupid enough to keep paying the same money, and we're gonna give you glorified, like, what do they call that? Mech technology, and fucking glorified just Generation Toys figures? Are you dumb enough to pay MP money for that? Are you really just buying this for the packaging?
Well, I mean, they could say that about their last couple lines they did.
No, I mean, I think MPMV was great. I love that.
Yeah, but we're talking about the difference between a masterpiece, though, Matt. Like,
well, I'm not talking about that, Bobby.
Like, they're not going to make any more masterpiece figures? Is this what happened? Is this where the line is going? Where you're getting like this giant fucking, relatively speaking, stupid gimmick that's unpainted. It's really not. I didn't see him pull out this giant like redwood shredder in the movie. I don't recall him pulling this out.
Redwood shredder.
But by gimmick, I thought you meant fan rage. I'm sorry. I thought that was the gimmick you were referring to.
I think they're just testing the waters. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Who cares if the masterpiece movie line dies? Like, who cares if it's unsuccessful?
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of people that's going to.
I think the companies with money at stake care.
I think they've made their money in the movies themselves, and I don't think that they would.
So you think they don't care?
I think the fact that
I know you're fucking around. I know your style. But
who's
Matt,
I'm not fucking around.
When you go, you're not fucking around.
Well, no, I was gonna say. I mean, I think that with the fact that Takara, I guess, has come to light that 6 months ago they lost the Pokemon license. I think they're trying to reach out to some of their more profitable automobile partners, and they're trying to make things work. I mean, I think that's like a thing. I think they're stretching out to other licensees to try to. I honestly think that's the reason that they're doing the movie masterpiece stuff and they're pushing as hard as they are, because they lost the Pokemon license, which is extremely random to me that some no-name company would have that. But I think that I think it's important to Takara Tomy. But I mean, if they stop making these, stop diverting resources to them, put focus back into the other masterpiece stuff like G1 and even Beast Wars, I think in the long run it'll be a better business move for them, and I think it'll be better for us as collectors.
I think it would definitely be better for us. I definitely agree there.
Yeah. My doesn't always mean a joke.
But I think that,
on the other hand,
I would be curious to see the numbers, though. I would be curious to see how well Movie B and Movie Prime did compared to G1 Graphics.
So I was going to say that. I bet, since the movie did so well overseas, I bet these do pretty good overseas. I bet the B and the Prime.
I think that B is,
they sold out.
Bumblebee and the strength of Optimus Prime sell units. They always have.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Barricade will probably do well over there since the movies did so good over there. I think a lot of people, and plus, it's a car, and a lot of the car robots do a lot better overseas, I think.
That I don't know.
They dropped the overseas deal, though. So how well are these going to do over there, though? Like, in the long run.
And I don't know who has more financial stake in this. Is it Hasbro that has the bigger financial stake, or is it Takara? I don't know.
A split deal.
Because I don't see. Well,
Hasbro.
Do you think Hasbro will do this one? Do you think they'll bring it over here overseas or over here to the States?
Did they bring what was B and Prime available?
Yeah, they're in Toys R Us. Yes.
No kidding.
They are currently shelf warming. If you would like to know.
Then I would imagine that you would see Barricade here, only because they're involved.
Yeah.
They're only at Toys R Us. You're not going to find them at Walmart or Target. They're at Toys R Us.
Someone let me know when they clearance at Toys R Us, and I'll consider checking them out.
Okay.
I'm not good.
They have. They're not shelf warming. There's a couple Primes at at one of the Toys R Us's. I don't see any Bumblebees, but and they're regular price. But I don't know if they'll bring. I'm sure they will bring Barricade over, but I mean,
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how all that shit breaks down. It's Takara that's doing the engineering and Hasbro's doing the distributing? I don't know how that shit is breaking down.
I think that's exactly it.
Yeah, probably.
If you check the chat, I just saw a post from Dame Chalk, but it's
we're done. We're done with Legends for the night, Robert. Relax.
Relax yourself.
I feel like you had your opportunity.
Yeah, you had your chance. You blew it.
Wait, we talked about Iron Factory?
No, well, Matt. You haven't had the opportunity to.
Oh,
if you look in the chat, new Iron Factory photos of Onslaught, and I think he doesn't.
Goddamn dynamic duo.
He doesn't look so good. He's got giant shoulder pads, folded up kibble. But
I mean, he's a bigger bot for a Legend. I mean, probably almost a deluxe size, almost.
And then you got Blast Off, which I think looks pretty good.
But
I want to see. I want to
see those. You know that, right?
And Vortex.
I wish I could see the numbers. I wish I could see how successful. I'll
get you the numbers, Bobby. I got a numbers guy.
In what market?
I bet if you wrote them a letter, they'd send you that stuff.
Yeah, they'll probably fax it to you.
I wonder if obviously if they're moving on to a character like Barricade, the first two had to be relatively successful.
Either that or they had a pre.
They already made Barricade.
They had an agreement for 3 or 4.
Right. And I would imagine that agreement was probably with fucking GMC.
Sure. Yeah.
Wait.
Barricade could be the last one.
Wait.
I haven't seen anything past Barricade.
With who?
The car manufacturer GMC.
Oh, okay.
I get it. I see what you did there.
I see what you did there, Bobby B.
And not Bobby B.
I see what Greg did.
Yeah, he just defaults to you for everything. He's your acolyte.
Look, what kind of a fucking Jedi mind trick was that? He's like, I didn't say it, Greg did.
He's the Fabian Cortez to your Magneto, Bobby.
But I think that
he's the Samwise Gamgee to your Frodo.
I think that
That's not the same thing at all, you fucking idiot.
I think that's definitely feasible, Greg. But I wonder, I don't know. I don't feel like the response to this across the board has been positive.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I also know Transformer fans where everybody, just like
everybody says something, but
everybody talks shit and then they buy it. So
mm-hmm.
I think time will tell.
They're always the first ones to buy it.
Well, and with third party offering backup support to the line too,
that helps. But I definitely agree. Because the idea, I think that most people that are like, yes, fucking finally a masterpiece line of movie characters. I think somewhere in their mind they have to think that there's no way we're getting them all. But when you see third party jump in, it's like, well, shit, maybe there's a chance.
Speaking of shit, when your fans' toys poop Transformer finally comes out, is that actually going to be third party?
All right, look. I enjoy a Robert D joke as much as the next man. I'm a big Robert D fan and advocate.
Here we go, the arrogance.
But every time the discussion gets good, you can't always make it bullshit. Not 100% of the time.
And not with your kid in the background, man. Come on.
Come on.
Seriously.
That was a good discussion.
Jeez. Well, it was at times, but let's move on because obviously it can't get past a 6.
Well.
All right. So we'll move on, I believe, to our last piece of news here under #StatueLife. We have Imaginarium has posted final product images for the Rodimus Prime statue, and like every other time we've seen it, looks fantastic.
Yep. You know what this would look good in, Robert D?
Your
His butthole?
The like next to, behind, to the side of a Detox. You know that's what Matt's gonna do. Like he's gonna get the Starscream fucking statue.
Dude, I just have I have legends
on the floor.
Sit it on the floor.
I have legends in my Detox right now, like you said. I just put one legend on each Detox in the very back left corner, and that's all I have in them.
I want to see that.
But yeah, I think this looks amazing.
Do you?
Why don't you get it, Bobby? Why don't you quit wasting your money on those hot toys and get this stuff?
Because I don't care enough about Rodimus. Like I think you look, in order to go into this shit, you either need to be a huge Transformer fan, like you, Matt, or it needs to be a representation of a character that you're absolutely in love with. And I haven't had that happen yet.
Gotcha.
Even for me, if it was the character that I'm absolutely in love with, like, I got that Uncle Dolphin approach where if it doesn't transform and it's a Transformer, I'm not interested.
I hear you, but if this was a Jazz,
nah, I still wouldn't be in.
Yeah,
you just can't.
What if it was a Cheetor?
The problem with it for me though is like the allure of Transformers is not just the character alone; it's the transformation, you know. And if it's not doing that, then it can be like you know that Beast Wars Megatron statue looks like fantastic. Like if I was a statue person, I'd probably be all in on it. But you know, it's just not. It's not what I want from a Transformer.
I think the fact that it's Beast Wars Megatron doesn't help its case with you.
That's probably true, but I am 100% positive that no matter what, I would not get a statue of like well.
Yeah,
let me correct that because I actually do have a Jazz
What if it was
statue.
Pretender Jazz? Pretender Jazz.
Oh, Pretender Jazz, I'd be all in on. But no, I do have a Jazz statue, but it was only like a $30 bust, not a investment piece. So
exactly, I think that Uncle Dolphin himself would tell you if it was Jazz that you probably need to get it.
I don't think.
So what if they did a fucking $4,000 Menasor?
I'm gonna call him on speakerphone. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it right now.
Well, you're calling him.
What if they did like a $4,000 Menasor? Would you buy it?
OKW. Yes, I would.
What if this was a RC statue get molested by a Springer? Would you buy it? Nobody?
I think you went a little too far there.
I don't think I think it's consensual. By the way,
I do too.
I don't know.
I think she begged for it.
Joe, you're live on Shatteredcast.
Yo, what up?
What up? So we're having a discussion about statues, and now obviously they can hear you, you can't hear them. It's just the way the nature of the beast.
I can hear him.
And we were talking about.
You said that.
High quality like Imaginarium or whatever it is, art, Imaginarium art, Prime 1, those sorts of like caliber statues. And Justin said even if it was Jazz, he would take the Uncle Dolphin approach and not get it because it doesn't transforms. And you know how much Justin loves Jazz.
Yeah.
So I said, I think even Joe would recommend that you get a Jazz if they made one. What would be your recommendation to Justin, the mega ultra Jazz fan, if they made a nice Jazz statue?
The thing is, like, I know Justin loves Jazz. I don't really know just exactly how much. Like, there isn't a Transformer character for me that I love enough to get a statue of. Like, I wouldn't recommend it that he get one. It also depends on price point. Are we talking about $400, $500, or $1,500?
Probably. All right. So first of all, I know that there's not a Transformer character that you love enough.
Right.
But he loves Jazz.
He loves.
Now, I don't know.
Like he listens to Jazz even though he hates Jazz.
Right.
Just because he loves Jazz.
He listens to Jazz music even though he hates Jazz just because he loves it. So like look somewhere in the pocket of $800, I would imagine.
I would say 500 or under for a Transformer statue.
But see, I feel like you're not giving Joe the full story. I love Jazz because of the character and the alt mode, and his statue doesn't do that.
Okay, but now he says that he wants me to let you know that he loves jazz because of the character and the alt mode, but
So there's no alt mode. I mean, if the statue was like a diorama of like the robot and then there's a car in front of it or something like that, maybe.
That's fair. All right, Joe.
But just there's a lot of details of robots that we just don't see a sculpt of robots being a statue with that much.
All right, I gotta let you go, Joe. Next, what is that noise?
I don't know.
I'm stroking the microphone thinking it's his arm.
That is not me.
It's something on Skype. So
I'm stroking the microphone thinking it's Joe K's arms.
Real quick, I'm gonna let you go, Joe. But next time we get together, we gotta talk about you disagreeing with me in public, okay?
Oh my God, Nerd Rage Radio all over.
All right, buddy.
All right, see ya.
Oh, that backfired on, didn't you, Bobby?
It was a little bit. It was a little bit in the middle. It was a little bit in the middle.
Want a napkin for the pie that's in your face?
Hey. It's only gonna get worse because Bobby thinks I'm all in on that 1/6 life now, but it's just not the case.
I don't think you're all in. I don't think you're all in.
He thinks I've entered through the gateway, and there will be something else that I want, and it's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Definitely, it's a fact that you've entered through the gateway, and I'm just saying it's a slow burn into your soul. All right.
All right. On that point, I'm out. I have something to go discuss with a close friend of mine.
You mean the toilet?
So I will catch you guys next week.
All right. Feel better.
That was a good show. Well,
Bye, Gregors.
Justin, you feel better.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It seems like it's like almost getting there. We'll see. So
yeah, I slept all day, so hopefully by the time I wake up, I'll feel better. Yeah.
All right, Gregors. We'll see you next
better,
time.
Greg.
All right, Justers.
Later, dude.
See you, pussy.
All right, so we're on to discussion. Do we have a discussion? No, we're on to questions. So this is where I take a back seat and somebody else can go ahead and read things.
All right, let me.
You know, I like when Bobby does it because Bobby likes to delete things before you get a second to look back at it again.
And then you're like, "What was the question?" And he's like,
"Ugh." Answering, you know.
All right. So this is from Paul C., who just, to those listeners, started a podcast that will probably become part of the Cool Table, I would imagine, called Building It Up, which is a Lego-based podcast with Bricks on a Dollar from Stasis Lock. What's your biggest regret piece in your collection? Do you have one, or do you pretty much sell those off? If the latter, what sticks out as the worst? For me personally, it's pretty much TFC Uranus. I mean, it did its job for many years, and that's good. And so it's two things, actually. It's TFC Uranus and TFC whatever the fuck that thing is, TFC, the Seacon monster, Piranacon.
Really, you think that's worse than Defensor?
So let me explain why.
Please do.
Please do.
So the Uranus was early on, and it was just caught me at the right time, and I spent a lot of money on it, and now it's not worth any of it, and I regret it every time I look at it. The Seacon thing, it's not that it's bad. It's actually pretty good. But by this point, I should have known better. And it's not right for my collection. But I was weak. So those are my two biggest regrets.
See, for me though, like I feel like the Uranus works better as Superion than the whatchamacallit works as Defensor. Like, personally, I just don't think that it's very good.
It's too fat.
Yeah, and like I don't really care for most of the alt modes. Like, they're a drastic departure from the original thing. Like I much prefer the ones done by Make Toys, because they look at least closer to, at least in vehicle mode, to the vehicles that they were supposed to be. You know?
I get where you're coming from. To me, the Defensor, I think, is just, at first, like, on one hand, it's just better made. Like I didn't have to have you come over to my house to fix my Defensor.
That's true. That's true. But
on the second hand, a broad Defensor doesn't bother me. Like, he seems like a linebacker to me. So that doesn't bother me at all.
That's weird. I think he was always skinny.
I mean, they all look ridiculous.
Well, Superion was really skinny. I thought Defensor was on that skinny side too.
Superion.
But yeah, and like I said, I'm not saying that I'm super. When I look at Defensor, I don't get a fucking hard on either. But the Uranus has major issues and has lost most of its value. It's the twofold there.
When I look at Uranus, I get a hard on.
Yeah, I know you do. And then the Piranha King or Piranacon, he's fine. I knew when I started that it wasn't what I was really wanting. And I still saw it through to the end.
Interesting.
My mind telling me no. Put my body.
Exactly.
My body telling me yeah.
Exactly. So, Justin, you want to go?
I think for me, like most of the stuff that I have that I regret, I pretty well get rid of. So I don't know if I necessarily have a great answer for this one. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely toys that I have that I wish I didn't have currently, but I don't know. I can't think of any specific regrets that I've hung on to. So.
Gotcha. Matt?
The box art for Moss Toys Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, burn.
No. Regret? I don't know. I don't regret anything I bought. You know, if I didn't want to. No, I wouldn't have got it if I didn't want it.
I mean, I regret some shit you bought.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know that. It makes me sad. It really makes me sad that, you know, my collection is not up to par with your values and ideas.
I regret those Detox.
I love the Detox.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Regret. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, like I got a lot of, or my dickhead, whichever. I don't have a lot of Transformers, and you know, there's some, you know, Combiner War stuff I regret buying stuff, you know. And like I said, if I want to buy all that stuff, you know, I could buy the high-end statues, but I didn't go that way. Maybe some other time I'll try to sell them off, and maybe I'll get enough money to get that Starscream.
I feel like
Robert?
If I had Robert D money, I'd have bought you that Starscream, Matt. I really would.
Oh,
like,
I
want you to have that. I really do.
I'll try. Sure. I've been thinking of. I've actually been talking to Lisa about selling off a lot of my, you know, mainline stuff, you know, and then just focus on, you know, third party and masterpiece and stuff and everything. So it's been talked about. So we'll see.
Right.
Robert, what about you?
Regrets. I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did.
Oh, can I guess?
Yes.
Oh.
A trash bag full of Gundam kits.
No, you know what?
That is true. That is so true.
I regret it because I got to give it to somebody, and they enjoyed it.
Who did you give it to?
I gave it to JL, and then he threw them all in the trash can.
Did he? No, he didn't.
He gave some to Lowry. I mean, you know, you spread them out. It was good. It was
like
nice.
Oprah, man. Everybody just taking your shit and just giving it away.
That's trickle-down economics working right there, you fucking snowflake.
You gave one to Justin? You gave one to Justin,
Dude,
too?
Don't let your wife hear that. She'll be picketing signs outside your bedroom.
That is true, too.
All right. Our next question.
Hold on. I didn't actually answer the question.
No, but that is the true answer, though. But go ahead.
No. What do I have in my collection that I still have that I regret owning? Is MP Star Saber. That's one. That's like the biggest one because he's too good to get rid of, especially all Repro-Labeled up. He's pretty fucking cool. But,
did you get the Simba kit?
Yeah, but Simba.
Okay, yeah.
See, Scarlet loves lions and tigers, and this
bears.
Oh my!
This is a flying fucking like, the saber-tooth tiger. So I don't regret having that. I've never combined them. He's perched at the top of one of my shelves, like fucking the black lion, but he's yellow, black and yellow. He's cool. MP Star Saber. He's one of my biggest regrets, and it's funny. They seem to have coalesced onto one shelf. My expensive regret shelf. I've got MP Star Saber. I've got Warbitron Computron, and I've got Toy World Throttle Boss. The three of them have no place, and I can't get rid of them for different reasons. But they're my biggest regrets, and they're expensive. I'm like, ugh. I look at that shelf, and I'm like, ugh.
Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think that MP Star Saber was a waste of a masterpiece, since it really doesn't go with anything?
No, because that's like a default piece.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, instead of doing Star Saber, they could have done 2 other, things we need.
You know what? I have no comment on this because they've done MP Beast Wars and MP Movie Line, and they could have not done that and done other things. So no,
that's true.
If it's the same type of thing.
Right.
So.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah, we're gonna go through some quick ones because.
Did we not get anything from MP Collector?
Hey, I wanted to throw out there that if that Blitzway Ecto 1 ever made its way to my house, it'd be an instant regret. So I would never want to see that show up at my house.
Every week I'm gonna hear this.
He did send something, I think.
Yeah, he said MP Collector. This is from MP Collector. This week's question was spurred on by last week's discussion of Beast Wars and just how silly Bobby thinks the whole concept was. I would wager that
I think he called you silly Bobby.
I would wager that many of our brethren feel the same way as Bobby, but tend to keep those thoughts to themselves for fear of stirring up the pro Beast Wars crowd. Somehow they got me thinking about other franchises from the 80s and 90s that I think were more than a little dumb, but still invoke a lot of positive nostalgia for the majority of collectors. Visionaries? Anyway, I would love to hear the SCU guys discuss whether or not there are any popular non-Transformer franchises from our youths. That you just do not get the appeal of. For example, are there any of you that recently think Mask was the greatest thing in the world? We all love cats, right? What about He-Man? Dude, I'm trying to think like if there's anything like from that era that I just don't get. I don't.
80s and 90s, he said.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
90s as well.
He did. And even in the 90s, not so much, because like most of the 90s shit that was weak, it never really stuck. But the one thing that did stick that I just don't get, and I don't understand the fascination with, and I'm sorry for those that do.
MMPR.
Pokemon.
Oh, come on. What?
Pokemon.
I never got into Pokemon either. I don't see the fascination for it.
Pokemon and MMPR. I think MMPR is fucking dumb. I think that it's like Saved by the Bell, but worse.
Well, I love the Saved by the Bell now.
Okay.
Voltron Saved by the Bell edition.
Yeah, like I think that it's Saved by the Bell without who was Tiffany Amber Thiessen. She was very attractive to me. So it's like Saved by the Bell without Tiffany Amber Thiessen. So like
they had some episodes about her.
It's just like I think that Saved by the and like to be honest with you, like, and this isn't a judgment. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's fine. I've never met anybody that is like MMPR is my favorite shit in the world, and I've been like, man, I want this guy to come over more often.
So that's why you don't invite me over.
Yeah, I never got into the I never got into the Ranger stuff either. I was later in high school and I missed the whole thing.
I think like I was in late elementary. No, I was in middle school, and I think I would have gotten into MMPR had it been animated. But it was something about it being real people that I was like, this is goofy and stupid.
So
it was a spandex, wasn't it?
So to defend it, in my defense, like the Saved by the Bell part of it is the worst part of it by far.
Right.
It's the thing that draws you in is first off martial arts. Everybody loves martial arts.
Yeah, martial arts, robots, and monsters.
Exactly.
Wu-Tang forever.
So that's the big thing. And like being a Transformers kid who loved combiners and like liking things like Voltron and stuff like that, like I was like, okay, well this is cool. And like the costume design was cool and martial arts was cool, But
I hear you, but you know I think the same thing that makes Pacific Rim click for you
Whoa.
Yeah, pump the brakes there.
That's a good movie. I can't wait for the new one.
I know you guys like it. I think it's absolute trash.
Yeah, you must be a kaiju.
But I think that same thing that makes Pacific Rim click for you, Justin, is the same thing that made
you people
MMPR click for you.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
No, it's the same type of shit. But the thing is like
we called it shit.
I don't like I think there are, and I'm not saying that you fall into this pocket, but I think there are people that just like robots. Like they like Transformers.
He's judging.
They like Brave. They like Gundam. They like Macross. They like Revoltech. They like like anything robot related. They're just signed on, and that's never been my thing.
No, that's a very fair assessment. I mean, that is a thing. I've always liked the big fighting robots and stuff like that. It's always been interesting to me.
I don't like Transformers because they're robots. I like them because I like their characters.
That's a Star Wars thing. You just
maybe in comics, I think I think that I'm definitely more character driven. So.
That's fine. I mean, I think that's what kids, but I think younger kids from the 80s, they were big fucking robots, and that's what drew a lot of people in. Not you, but I'll say a majority.
Don't you think kids from the 80s were also into Star Wars? Don't you think kids from the 80s were also into G.I. Joe and He-Man? And I don't think it's because they were robots.
But they did. Were they really caring about the character a lot?
I think so. And dude, kids were crying. Kids were crying when Optimus Prime died.
I did. I was there.
Because you cared about the character, not because they were robots.
Okay, you got that. That's right. That was my fault. Oh, I was pissed. I was really pissed. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. But I think a lot of it too were fucking giant robots.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Right.
But it's not the selling point.
You're right. I'll take that back. You're right. They were drawn into the character because they liked when G1 when they started killing off the G1 characters in that movie, kids were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
And season 3 didn't have as much success. Still giant robots though.
See, hold on. I think it goes back to Godzilla. I don't think it goes back to fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I think people loving giant monsters and robots goes back to Godzilla.
I agree.
I'm not saying that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is where it started.
For you, it did.
No, not true. Not true. Not true at all. I wouldn't disagree with you, Robert. I think that's probably the earliest thing of giant robots and giant monsters. I agree with you. I don't disagree with that.
What about the Rock Lords? What the fuck was that shit, man?
Yeah.
I also want to point out that I feel like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers kind of came at an interesting time in TV show history because Transformers and G.I. Joe weren't really there. I mean, I guess Beast Wars was kind of there, but that's
Turtles. Really, at that time.
Yeah, and they were on their way out. Honestly, by that point, the shows kind of got wacky and very, very kiddie at that point in time. That was season I don't know 6 or something like that of Ninja Turtles by that point. 94.
88 was Turtles. They were probably season 4. When did Power Rangers come out? 90?
I can't remember.
Let's see.
Turtles had a long ass run though.
It did.
I would say I think I'm in a big minority. I'm in a small minority when I say that in answering MP Collector's question, Turtles was fucking stupid.
I think it's your age. I think it's your age. No, because you're old as shit, Robert, and I think
I'm not old as shit.
Your fucking collar is old as shit.
I like Beast Wars at 22.
Yeah,
I know that was pretty old.
There's no excuse for that. I think that there's
Ninja Turtles dumb.
When Ninja Turtles came along, you were too. I think what Ninja Turtles was for you, Power Rangers was for me.
I played the video games. I still thought it was dumb. And
you know what, Bobby? Though you weren't 22 when Power Rangers came along.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I'm giving Robert a maturity handicap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm extreme.
What about Captain Planet? Did y'all like Captain Planet?
No,
but he had PSAs.
I watched it every week, Matt. I didn't love it, but I felt compelled to watch it for some reason.
It was so goofy, but I liked it.
By that time, I was reading comics, and I remember thinking to myself, like, this isn't a real superhero.
He's got a mullet.
He's got a mullet.
Did you ever see the Funny or Die Don Cheadle?
I did.
Captain
I did.
Planet?
It was hilarious.
Oh my god, so good.
Dude, Don Cheadle is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, he should be mentioned with the greats. What'd you say, Matt?
I'm trying to think of other 90s cartoons that were... I mean, the only thing you think of is Power Rangers and Turtles, and Captain Planet was around that time.
I mean, there was a ton of shit that didn't catch on. You know, like I remember there was like a show, there was like Dark Water.
The Sharks?
It was like,
oh, that was crap.
So,
that was crap.
There was a ton of shows that were trying to be Turtles. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did Matt Balls have a cartoon?
Did what?
Street
Matt
Sharks.
Balls? Street Sharks, yes. But I mean, they were kind of the with
food
the 90s,
fighters.
With the 90s,
Food Fighters was not in the 90s.
They were all hopped up on juice. They looked like, like the Street Sharks were actually, they looked like they did juice.
Yeah, they were super pumped.
They had to be, everything had to be super pumped up. Even the wrestlers back then, and
also to go back to Food Fighters, they never actually had a TV show.
Oh yeah. But
they had a toy line, and that was it.
Wrestling is another one.
I love it. I remember wrestling when I was a kid.
Yeah,
there
was a lot of people that were into wrestling. Like, and I had some wrestling figures because I kind of got caught up in the hype of like my friends.
I did too, very periodically, or for a very small period.
Yeah, but like I never really gave a fuck about him. Like, I liked Jake the Snake because he had a snake.
Oh yeah.
And like I liked Doink the Clown because he was a clown.
What about Hulkamania?
I never really gave a fuck about Hulk.
Nope.
I never really gave a fuck about Randy Savage. I never really gave a fuck about
shut your mouth.
What about Rowdy
Randy
Piper?
Savage is awesome.
Mr. Bar Beefcake.
Ric Flair.
I didn't care about any of them.
You know names for someone who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, because they're part of pop culture. I don't have my head buried in the sand. I was around.
Ric Flair is awesome. Randy Savage was. He's dropping some elbows up in heaven right now.
What's funny is I like Ric Flair more now as an adult than I did as a kid.
You need to watch his 30-30 if you ever get a chance. Watch his on Sports Center. It's really good.
Junkyard Dog.
Oh yeah, Coco Beware, dude. I was around. I would wake up with my dad, and we watch Memphis wrestling, and that's where a lot of the stars came from. Was around that. Jerry Lawler and all that stuff, and I just watched wrestling all my life. So
what's Hulk Hogan's name in Rocky? Was it Rocky 1 or Rocky 2?
Something delicious.
I remember I had a bunch of friends that I used to argue with them because I used to say that it's not real fighting,
It is real fighting.
And they used to say it was real fighting. And my dad was a fireman, and my dad actually did the fire inspection for the arena in Baltimore when they had the show there. And he was talking about how the mat is like a trampoline basically, and all this stuff, all this shit he learned about it. And I had a lot of my friends over, and I made my dad tell them, and they I could see their dreams fucking crumbling in front of my eyes.
It'll always be real to me.
Exactly.
I bet you felt good about that. You always like seeing people's dreams just crush.
It's not that I'd like seeing their dreams crush, but we had argued so much about it. It did make me feel good to be vindicated.
Hey, Dad, tell him about Santa Claus.
I think Bobby gets off on being right and just watching people in misery. I think he gets off on that shit.
I'm very rarely right, Matt.
That's bullshit, Bobby. Come on. You're always right in my mind.
But anyway, I could never get into wrestling.
Yeah, it's this little niche thing.
And I enjoyed the shit talking more than I enjoyed the fighting.
Oh yeah, that's what The Rock was. I mean, that's what Attitude Era when the WWE and WCW. The Rock, he could perform. I mean, he was not one of the best wrestlers, or whatever, but his performance just made me watch wrestling at that time.
And that was another thing. I was like, man, they're talking shit, and I'm having a laugh. But then they just get down into their underpants and jump around each other. I'm just like, man, this is not for me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying it's not for me.
Is that Skullfest next year?
Yes. If you'd strip, I'm stripping.
It'd be like, all right, hold the tongs. Let's go.
Hold the tongs.
You know what I used to watch?
What?
And I used to be enthralled by was Glow.
I don't remember that.
Oh, the
Glamorous Ladies of Wrestling. Oh my God!
Netflix actually did a show. Recently did a series for that for the Glow. They did a recent.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that it was on. I did watch like in terms of like athletic stuff. Like I did watch American Gladiator like a motherfucker.
Oh, fuck yes.
Who didn't? Who didn't?
Yeah.
Who didn't? Come on.
Every time, like I don't know about anybody else, but I wanted to do the one where you shot at the turrets. I always wanted to do that thing.
Yeah, that looked fun. Shit,
Yeah.
just when they were like standing on those pillars and hitting each other with those mallets looked fun.
Hey, I can tell you one thing that you always wanted to be on. I can tell you right now, Double Dare.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, man. Double Dare. Hell yeah.
Climb up that damn Sunday fucking slides. Oh my God, that was Double Dare. Yeah, Nickelodeon that time. You can't say that on television. I love that. That had a lot more set on there. Bunch of the Nickelodeon stuff around back that time was really good. But Double Dare was always one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do one more question real quick, round robin, and get out of here. Bedbugs, friend of the show, part of TKO podcast. You can check them out. He said, which line gets an official MP figure first? Robots in Disguise, Armada, or Animated? My answer is probably Robots in Disguise, because it's bigger with the Japanese, I would imagine. And that character will be Optimus Prime. If I'm wrong, it'll be Optimus Prime from Armada. If I'm wrong about that, it'll be Optimus Prime from Animated. And that is my answer.
So, I'm going to go and agree with you there, Bobby, because we actually, back in the day, they did a vote on that, and it was RID above Armada, if I recall correct. And but he was above most things. I don't think Animated was on there, but in fairness, like the animated toys, like I want to say they are MPs, but like they matched the show aesthetic very much to the T. Like there's not much as an MP outside of making it bigger that I think would, you know, sell a quote unquote masterpiece animated toy.
Right.
So I can't see that.
Matt.
I would say Robots in Disguise. It would definitely be Optimus Prime. I would love just to see Armada to see if they could do the Minicon gimmick on a masterpiece to make it work. Because with the Minicons, you would just attach it and they would flip out a weapon or something.
I would like to see that too, Matt. But I feel like if they did it on an MP line, it'd just be some kind of like accessory or something that you'd be able to tab on and not actually
probably, yeah.
A
but if they could make it work,
absolutely.
Bad thing, if they did get to work, it would cost more money though. I'll tell you right now. Talk about $250 for a Dinobot doing all that shit. I guarantee if they did like Starscream, his blasters flip over his head.
Yeah.
I guarantee that costs another $50 right there, probably. I know. I like it too, kid.
And Robert.
I'm having my kids have scotch taped my mouth shut. How? Okay, trying to pull the tape off my mouth. Stop it. I thought I can distract them by handing them a big Costco-sized box of scotch tape, and then they've turned the tides against me.
Oh, that's like, I decided I thought I could distract my kids by handing them a bunch of knives, and now I've been stabbed.
And now I'm bleeding.
Yeah. I'm being covered in tape right now.
Okay, Robert.
I would say Armada just because it's stupid.
Wow.
I mean, I can't see any of those three. Because Justin made a great point a while ago that Animated is pretty MP in terms of the way it looks.
He made that point. He made that point a matter of minutes ago, actually.
I'm sorry. I was trying to fucking peel scotch tape off my mouth. Ow! Please stop putting scotch tape on my mouth. Okay, so yeah, I second what Justin recently said.
I should have done the Hangouts on that.
And oh, did you hear? I joined. Did you hear, Matthew? I joined. I joined Doi Detox.
Oh, that was a good episode.
Oh, you told me.
Remember last week when Bobby was like, when we're at the show, he was like, yeah, I'm getting on Doi Detox next. I immediately PM'd Brave, and I was like, I have to get on and fuck with Bobby.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I've never been invited to get on that show, so
I thought you were on that show.
And then
I've been on that show.
I promised him it would only be 5 minutes, but I was 3/4 of a bottle of the way into a bottle of scotch. So I stayed on for like 2 hours until they hung up on me.
Was it shaken or stirred?
It was just neat, my friend. Neat.
All right.
All right. Ghostbusters it out, Matt.
Good night, folks.
Actually, real quick, Matt, try to actually do the theme song. I just want to hear what you would do if you actually try to do the theme song.
To what? The Detox?
The Shattercast.
Oh, the Shattercast? What's our theme song?
The one that plays at the beginning and end.
S-U-C or something like that.
S-U-C.
I spelled it. S-C.
S-U-C.
Good night, folks. S-U-C. Sucking cock.
Suck.
You suck. Oh, thank y'all for listening. Go out there and buy. We got some new shirts coming. Go there and give us 5 stars. We got some 5 stars recently, and I've been responding to those, and they're really nice.
No, on iTunes though. That's where it counts. It's nice. It's nice on the.
Oh yeah, I know. The Facebook, I respond.
The Facebook
page,
iTunes. That's very nice. It's very kind. Take time of your day to do that. We appreciate it, but it doesn't help us.
Go to iTunes.
The iTunes shit actually helps us, or the Google Play, or wherever. Like when you rate it on a podcast platform, that's what helps the show circulate.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Not to you, just to those listening.